Hi, welcome to another Carli video. If you don't know what Carli is all about, at some point in time, let's talk a little bit history. At some point in time, I started with Arch Labs, right? And then there was a break in the idea how to proceed. So Arch Merge was built, and the merge was the idea to have XFCE OpenBox i3, 3-in-1. That's still our flagship, right? And later on we decided, hey, what if we can make a minimal ISO? And that's the ArcoLinux D. If we want to make the most minimal ISO for our people, for our users, right? Then it's gonna be the ArcoLinux D, and you do whatever you want with that particular thing. It's very minimal, not themed, it's in the TTY, it's black, but you just keep on typing, right? Sudo pacman-s, lightm, xfce4, etc. Or use scripts and you have your own system. Later on we found out that, well, we decided to share our knowledge of building. Our flagship can be built, our ArcoLinux D ISO can be built. Why not share the knowledge of building an ISO? And that's the ArcoLinux B. So in the ArcoLinux B website you can build any of our ISOs. ArcoLinux ISO, the D ISO, and all the Bs. Build it yourself, because you know how it is. Whatever Linux ISO we download, we don't like the wallpaper, we don't like the theme, we want to change icons, we want to have this package and that package. Everybody has his own workflow, right? And this thing is build your own ISO. It means saying in a little script, in a little file, saying, look, don't want Firefox, I want Vivaldi. Don't want Atom as editor, I want Sublime Text as editor, and so on. It's just a hashtag away. Build the script, have an ISO, burn it, and put it on your machine. Simple as that. And then we went one step more, one step further. ArcoLinuxISO.com. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see the next step, Carli 9. I probably gonna keep Carli 9. I'm not sure if there's a need of a Carli 10, but let's look first. So Carli is customized Arch Linux ISO, hence C-A-R-L-I, Carli. And this particular, well, set of articles and tutorials, we start from a version that's probably gonna be like 6 months, 7 months ago. Let's see what Carli, did we actually start Carli 1, right? We started it in October the 5th in 2019 with a version of Arch ISO that was applicable then, right? So this becomes more a archive, a learn how we did it through time. So it's binge watching basically. Go to Carli 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're at Carli 9. And the last time we made articles here about a new Calamares configuration and the creation of Carli 9 and the comparison between 46, 47, 48. And yes, Arch ISO is our application. And why do I say yes? Because Arch ISO did receive an update, 49. So we better make anyway an article to move from the 48 version to the 49 version. So that's what this is all about. It's built on the application Arch ISO, and you can build whatever you want to build. You can have a Cinnamon, you can have a Mate, you can have anything you like, but the standard tool, the standard desktop we use is Plasma. I think we might be able to see it here. No, we can't. So that's it. That's basically the story of ArcoLinux, and let's make now a new checkup, because Arch ISO, well, let's do this first maybe, because I have of course everything on my system already. But Carli 9, if you go to, I don't know, this maybe, nope, doesn't include it. But the point is, everything is shared, right? And anything of ArcoLinux is shared on GitHubs. And we need to find the GitHub. And I was just looking here where we can find it, but I guess we'll just do a github.com and then ArcoLinux ISO, right? this is where everything Carli related is. As you can see, this is where everything is. Okay. Now the Carli 9 thing, if you want to follow along, what you do is you need to get this. So I have this on my computer system, right? So what you do is you get the code, you copy paste the URL, that's done, copy paste it, and let's do it as an example on the desktop. Right mouse click and git clone it. This means whatever is online, you have it now too, and you can also try to change it and build it and so on. But basically, this is the way to create Carli, your future distribution, or just for yourself, a customized ArcoLinux ISO. There are some examples in here for Cinnamon, GNOME, and so on, but this one is the only one used. Archiso is going to look at this particular file. So the content needs to change if you want to change to XFCE, Mate, or something else. All right. Now, what we've done here is the Archiso readme. At some point in time, we've added this text. And this text, if we maybe better read this together, it says you can build this ISO with version Archiso 48-1. So basically, now, if I don't change anything, what you need to do is to sudo downgrade Archiso, basically. Because this particular version, 48.1 is number 13, right? We need to install it, add Archiso to the ignore package, which means he's going to edit etc pacman.conf and going to say, look, don't update this one. I want to keep always version 48.1-1. So that's basically what it says. I see here a -1. So I should check again. Is there a, yeah, there is one without a -1. So basically I need number 11. So another example, how to downgrade. It's simple, right? So this is the correct version. Now, the point of the video, of course, is always to update, and so that's this should become 49-1. But just saying, in between times, what you do, get the correct Archiso version. It's gonna work, right? And if you are a distribution developer, well, you need to fix it yourself, of course. You don't need to wait for me and fix it, but you need to figure out how it's done. And all these videos that we've made are meant to be helping you realize that independence, that self-reliance, that you say, I can do this, right? I've seen all these videos, I've all followed it along, and I know what to do next. All right, so let's get back our Archiso. Let's do it via terminal. I could have done it otherwise, but why not like this, right? pacman.conf, and then go down. What do you see? Somewhere down the list, it says ignore package Archiso. When I delete this, Ctrl X, yes, enter, and I forgot to type sudo. That happens from time to time. All right, again, go down, ignore package, Ctrl X, yes, enter. So if I update, Pacman says, oh, I can update Archiso. All right, you just do that. So going ahead now with a Carli 10, I'm just thinking, is it necessary for just one particular version of Archiso? Maybe not, right? So let's take a look at what's different. Now, this Carli thing is not my thing, right? It's just git clone. I'm gonna get to my proper place where everything is kept, Carli, and here we have Carli 9. Let's make sure that everything is here. So git pull everything, already up to date. Nothing to push. Let's pause the video and I'll push as well to see if something is different than online. All right, the test concluded that everything that I have is already online. So we have the same information available on the GitHub. Okay, so the next step is what's changed? That's always the thing. When a new Archiso comes in, what changed? Now, knowing what Archiso is and where it is important. So I tend to go and use this particular application for it, PAMIC AOR, to visually tell you guys, look, that's the version, it's coming from there. David Runge is running the show. Dependencies, well, all these guys as dependency. And then, where are the files? So they're using a make arch ISO. So basically it says make arch Linux ISO, right? And run arch ISO. And all the configurations that are in here. And the only one that interests us, and you can of course go ahead and read all the readmes. We've done that as well years ago. But we definitely need to go inside user, share, arch ISO, configs, relay. Off we go. So, user, share, arch ISO. You know, we've updated, so this is definitely 49. Configs, relay. And I tend to copy paste this, Control C, to my desktop, because on the desktop I'm in control, I can do whatever I want. And then, if we have done that, do a super F5, do a directory comparison, this is melt. And what would I like to compare? Well, I would like to compare what's on my desktop, the new version, with the version 48 actually, that we have in Carli. So Carli has changed, right? Well, let's do it alphabetically like this. And let's see, that's gonna be okay, I guess, right? Let's have a look. I mean, Carli has changed. We've done a lot of, well, extras, getting our repos in, signing keys in. There's a lot of things that we've done already in this, well, in a year time, right? More or less a year time of Carli development. And in Carli, we tend to do exactly the same thing that ArcoLinux does, right? So we don't really think, we just say copy paste. In ArcoLinux, we do think, and we decide not to get that Lego block in and not that package. We choose to have that package rather than that package. So that's the difference. Otherwise, it would be the same thing, right? And it's boring doing the same thing. You want to learn things. That's what we've done. We've made a distinction between Carli being 100% following ArcoLinux and ArcoLinux saying, no, we're going to do it our way. All right, that said, so remember, Erlang is on the left, Carli 9 is on the right. So we see things on the right that's not in ArcoLinux. Obviously, right? We've made things, adapted things, decided to have SDDM, decided to have sudoers to be able to type in whatever they want. If you want to see the code, no password, right? It's gone. It's gone after the installation, not during the installation, the live USB. There are a lot of things that changed again, and we need to take a look at these dangling things, but we can do that later. They wanted to have some more sound during the installation, so that people can, well, get help. Blind people can hear what they clicking, what they're doing, and stuff like that. So sound target once is something we're gonna copy to the right, and so on. Like the live CD talk, it's all about sound and support. But we just need to figure out which ones we're gonna copy paste over. Well, all of them, but we don't do copy Control A and Control V, right? We're just gonna think about these things. This is a link, so I first need to get the other link to get that one in. So if I get this one in, then I can get that one. It's a little bit, well, the way it is, right? Logic. Live CD talk servers, they are saying, look, let's make a live talk server, a screen reader service. And lots of code in here. So the live CD sound -p, systemctl and eSpeak servers that they're booting up. The software must be there as well, of course. So we need to go into the packages and so on. So we're going to follow this 100%. The pacmat init service, let's compare. Not 100%, right? It's gonna populate ArcoLinux, which is cool. So that's this line, but it needs also to have the Carli population, so the keys for Carli and the local signing of Carli key. So no, I cannot blindly do Ctrl A, Ctrl V. Never, ever. File per file. Now we've added here a reflector service I see in the past. That's changed. So they moved probably the reflector service somewhere. We have to figure that out because this was definitely coming from ArcoLinux. So let's do a refresh already. Ctrl R, good thing to remember. So this guy and that guy we have. It's dangling. Let it dangle. This one, well, let's see if we can. No, we have to do it manually later on. The pacman init service. Let's see what's the difference. So we need this, that's cool. And this one is there as well. It's already there. Don't need to copy paste it, but just to be sure. Host name is not Archiso, it's Carli. Make init.conf has changed, true. The modconf is new, and that's the only thing that's new. Yeah, check. So cool, we have a modconf here extra. The compression ZSTT is there. It's just a line hashtagged out, so it's not used, but now we have exactly the same as ArcoLinux. The zlogin just got something, a line more for the accessibility. All right, fine. And the custom AI root file system. We can have this warning in here. In the future, we'll have to figure out these things, but for now, it's gonna work, right? As long as it works, I will not tackle it. Save. And here we go. The sound, all these accessibility and support for people, right? So usage, unmute, pick, help, you just read through it a little bit, not in detail, but knowing, okay, it's for sound. Cool. Live CD sound. Copy to the right. Again, something about sound. Cards. Fine. Copy to the right. And here's some more differences. The name, the speech here, the speech. But let's first take a look at this one. Why is this blue? Because we call it Carli and they call it ArcoLinux. So no problem there. That's normal. Give it your own name, your distribution. Loader.conf. They made the timeout a little bit longer. We don't have issues with that. So a countdown of 15 seconds. It actually, I think I read somewhere it was again for the support of all these sounds, accessibility. So menu immediate, Carli, Arch. Stays like that. And then we have all the differences, right? Arch, Arch, Carli, Carli, Carli. And here we have something I thought we should take a look. Let's see, it's only the Arch, not this file yet. So it's just Arch, 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 and Carli, Carli, Carli. So that's okay, no difference for us. And then we have again Arch here, Carli, Carli, and here we have something new. Accessibility boot option, label, Arch64 speech, boot ArcoLinux install me on device with speak up screen reader. It allows you to install ArcoLinux to perform system aids with speech feedback. Okay, so this bit we don't have that, so we're gonna get it in. And all the rest is cool. Or is it not? Boot ArcoLinux, right? Boot Carli Linux, install media, Carli. Always read again. And did we change this here? The menu label. I would. I don't know if this is necessary, if this is a typo or necessary. The only way to know it is to test it. Save. And then timeout 30, 150, okay. Brain dead, you remember, we just follow along. This is our splash PNG, not their splash PNG. We have lots of things added. README in Archiso README. The build sh script is gone, right? The build sh script is gone. Let's see if we can use it. Clean up version 1, git, packages, cinnamon and all that. This is important. Archiso gives us a list. ArcoLinux has lots of packages, lots of Lego blocks, right? What Lego blocks do they want on the ISO? Well, the only big change, it seems, is sound, right? Accessibility, readability. So they are installing extra ALSA utility. This was, I think, something for the blind people. And how do we know, again, what it's for? By looking it up. All right, and read Braille display for Linux, Unix. All right, Braille display. So, Britty app of BRL, Braille, yeah. BRL it is. And we have these buttons, right? Braille, I don't know what it's called in English, but for the blind people. So we want this application, yes, no, right? eSpeak Up. That's clear by the name of it already, and the live CT sounds, okay, no brain there. Squash FS tools was probably in there in the past by dependency, but it's now in here by name. UDF tools, and this is our choice of the Lego blocks, saying I want Plasma Meta, but let's skip all these applications. There's a lot of applications, 1 gig more to build, right? So it just takes a lot of time to build it. So if you want it, just delete the hashtag. And all the rest of things that we require, that we wanted, but you can add so much more Lego blocks. Okay, saving this. Pacman.conf, anything new here? Well, yeah, we added our Carli repo. Otherwise, we don't have our packages. We can't install Calamares, for example. And that's new, well, not new, but in a sense changed. So arch, no Carli, and arch, Carli. Okay, cool, nothing to be changed. And then we have our setup, our Git credentials. So again, after all this, I do a refresh. Okay, so again, this Control R thing, and we do need to do something here that's manual work. We need to go to Carli, we need to go Carli 9, we need to go to AI roots, to etc, to systemd, to system, and then we have something dangling. We should have something dangling, right? Let's have a look. Lang, here, systemd, system, and then there's one level down, the multi-user target ones. This one, that's the one that's dangling, but there should be something more, I think. Multi-user target ones, okay. So this guy. Control C, Control V. Now I have the same as on the left. So this is the new Rolang thing, and this is Carli. So what I've just done is this line. This is not here. Now it is. It's a bit strange with these dangling things. It jumps a line. It's not completely horizontal. It jumps a line here. As long as I have it too, then it's fine. Okay. And this is here. I still wonder where the reflector has gone to. Reflector service. And then host name. It was this. Okay. So let's solve the reflector thing. What's about the reflector? So now we see everything same, and then we can have a look. Where are the reflector here? We have reflector this one. Do I need this? There is a reflector service D here. Oh, my mistake. Oh, again. Here it is, this one. So what do we have? We have here a reflector service. There is one, and it's pointing to multi-user target once location one up reflector service. Here it is. And is here still one? So the Pacman init service, this one is, that's the one that I'm thinking about. Hey, why is that not there, right? So if you do again this one, it's easy to see that this one is here, but it's not there on the reflector, on the standard. So, not sure what solution, what I should do here. So what I'm gonna do is ask the system for search with catfish. What are all the files and folders that have the name reflector? So we have a folder that contains a file. There is here a conf, there is here xdg reflector conf. So these guys, that's this, and there is this one. Oh, that's in here, but it's pointing to user libsystemd reflector service. Ah, okay. So we have, let's go back here. We have a reflector service. I said but still looking for this one. Okay, there it is. Reflector service, reflector service. So it's pointing to somewhere else, you see? The difference is that it's pointing one folder up, this one. Delete. That one is gone. This one is pointing not one level up, it's pointing to user libsystemd system reflector service. All right, that's somewhere else, right? So again, let's look what we have now, refresh. So dangling, fine. Our choices have the same, we have the same. Pacman init service is pointing to the same thing, one level up, so this one. Host name is Carli and ArcoLinux. This was our long bit. This was just a difference of names. And you feel we're getting there, right? We're understanding what's going on. We compare, we analyze, and then we decide to build it later on. See if it's all possible with this version of 14.9. Now this is all new, so Carli has these guys. That's cool. That's all Carli stuff. Nothing here. The packages are important. Checking it again is important. So the first bit is all Archiso, ArcoLinux, and the last bit is, well, what Lego box do you want? Do you want to install DWM? Do you want to install Cinnamon? It's up to you. The Carli repo is present, and then the profile def is cool. And then basically we can have a go. We can have a look and see, can we still build it now with this particular Carli 9 changed? What did we have to do in the past? README. We need to sudo build sh. Okay, we can do that. To be able to build, you need to install the package, and yes, you need to have a correct version. Oh, look at that. Copy pasting is danger. Voila, Carli 9. And well, can I have a go? Huh? Let's see if it works. It still works. Control Shift V. Oops. So sudo build sh and see if we can build an ISO. All right. Or should I do that in the second video? Well, if it's not working, I do it in the second video and show you how to fix that. Let's see in the meantime what's in here. Ah, yeah, that's the execute make Archiso. So I guess we'll make a second video to ensure that we can build, because this is not gonna. Ah, yeah, true. I know what's going on. I know what's going on, which I don't like. I don't like at all. Okay, so it is working. It is actually doing everything, but it's silently. Now we see something, right? But Control C, please. Thank you. All right. So it's at this point in time building the silent way. And if you don't like that, as you might think everything is broken or frozen or whatever, or if it's not successful, or if it's not doing anything, right? We need to go inside a file. And we did see the file earlier on, but I need to check again. And it's always a good thing to repeat, right? So this Archiso thing, it's in user bin. Okay, so file system, user bin, and I'd rather change it here. I could also type -v behind it as verbose. I am make Archiso mk. Voilà, there he is. Thank God, it's just a file. I open with Sublime Text, and in here are parameters, and with parameters you can do something. Now I have to look at the quiet. Here it is. Quiet, yes. No, quiet, no, please. So with the quiet no parameter or switch, everything's gonna change. You have to do that just once, of course. If there's an update to number 50, you need to change it again. But well, we have an ArcoLinux, we have a script that's going to change the Y, the yes there, to the no, right? Was vice versa. Let's have a look. So we changed the yes into no, right? Quiet, no. All right, that's done. Gonna be nicer for the rest of our. Let's go up. We're back on Carli level, Carli 9 level, right? We can do a cleanup since work is there. Doesn't really matter. What we should do is sudo build sh, and immediately you see all these things here. But I need to do something here. No such file or image. There is something, a message here. So let me figure that out, what we might be missing. And let's cut the video here. It's already 34 minutes, I see. But basically what we've done is we've compared what is Archiso delivering us, and we're now gonna try to make this work, right? We want to build this particular setup. Okay.